We are deeply concerned by the allegations referenced by Prime Minister Trudeau. We remain in close contact with our Canadian partners, as the Secretary said on Friday. We believe it's critical that Canada's investigation proceed and that the perpetrators be brought to justice. And we have publicly and privately urged the Indian government to cooperate in the Canadian investigation.
The United States has once again said that it was deeply concerned by the allegations made by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau regarding India's possible involvement in the killing of banned Khalistan Tiger Force chief Hardeep Singh Nijjar and called for continued probe into the matter. US Department of State spokesperson Matthew Miller reacted to the ongoing India-Canada row. He said the US has privately and publicly asked India to cooperate in the Canadian investigation. We are deeply concerned by the allegations referenced by Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau. We remain in close contact with the Canadian partners. We believe it's critical that Canada's investigation proceed and that the perpetrators be brought to justice. We have publicly and privately urged the Indian government to cooperate in the Canadian investigation, he said. Tensions between India and Canada have escalated after Trudeau alleged that India was behind the killing of Nijjar. India has rejected the allegations, calling them absurd and motivated. Nijjar, a designated terrorist in India, was killed in Canada's Surrey on June 18. Meanwhile, US Representative Jim Costa called for an investigation into the killing of Nijjar. In a post shared on X, formerly known as Twitter, Costa said, "I am very concerned about reports that Canadian Sikh leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar was assassinated and I have requested an official briefing as a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. We must fully investigate this crime to determine who should be held accountable." Late last week, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that the US was deeply concerned about the allegations made by Trudeau about the Indian government's involvement in the killing of the Khalistani terrorist. He said the US wanted to see accountability and called it important that the investigation runs its course and leads to the result. Blinken said that the US has engaged directly with the Indian government. He said that the US is consulting very closely with Canada and coordinating on the issue. Blinken refused to give details regarding the diplomatic conversation that the US had with both the nations. He said that the investigation must move forward and be completed. Meanwhile, reacting to the India-Canada diplomatic row, Sri Lankan Foreign Minister Ali Sabri said that the terrorists have found safe haven in the North American country and Trudeau has this way of coming out with outrageous allegations. Sabri told news agency ANI that he is not surprised by his comments as Trudeau comes out with outrageous and substantiated allegations.
Yeah, we have always suffered, and some of the terrorists have found safe haven in Canada. Canadian Prime Minister has this way of just coming out with some outrageous allegations without any supporting proof. The same thing they did for Sri Lanka, a terrible, total lie about saying that Sri Lanka had a genocide. Everybody knows there was no genocide in our country. And I saw yesterday he had gone and given a rousing welcome to somebody who have associated with the Nazis in the past on the Second World War. So this is questionable, and we have dealt it in the past. We have categorically rejected those outrageous allegations. So I'm not surprised that sometime Prime Minister Trudeau comes out with outrageous, unsubstantiated allegations.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.